right, Village. So we are headed down to court. This is the second court date for this week. I was there earlier this week, and I encouraged John to come with me today. He wanted to come earlier, but we had to split responsibilities, which we were just forced to do when we both work, and we have 3 kids. So
if we just clone ourselves, that would be
cool.
great.
That'd be awesome. Wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about what that looks like and why we're going.
By the way, you see a bunch of crap in the back? That's because I went to a garage sale earlier and bought like some BMX bikes and a bunch of other stuff, and I just haven't unloaded it yet. So I promise I'm not always this messy.
Only on garage sale days.
Yep.
So with foster care, I think regardless of the situation that brought the kids into care, there are going to be court dates for the parents. And essentially what that looks like from our understanding is, they meet for court the first time to say, this is why we're here, and this is why the kids were taken. That's the first court date. That was what earlier this week we were talking about. That's going to continue today. And while we can't talk specifically about this case, because that is not what this channel is about, this is about us just sharing kind of the different steps in the process. I will say that this is a unique situation. I've had 2 of the people involved on the county side state that they have not seen this before. So it's a little bit complicated, and the process is taking longer than it normally would. The reason that I went earlier this week, and that John wanted to go, is because Miss A is at a certain age and maturity level. We want to make sure that we are being present and getting all of the information so that if she has questions, we can then make the decision on what is appropriate to share with her.
Yeah, and we're also basically lobbying for Miss A, you know, and we are her voice in this. So whatever she wants to be said or heard, we can tell the court.
We can relay that. Yeah. Because ultimately, yes, she meets with her caseworkers, and she does have a guardian ad litem who is a court-appointed representation for the kids, and she's amazing. But we know Miss A best at this point. We know what she's going through right now in the home, and we can help voice that. So our number one reason for being there, and I think if foster parents want to go to these court dates, it's really just to be there for the children. That's your number one.
When she says that we know her best in relation to what she feels about this current situation. Yeah. We don't obviously know her better than her parents do. Correct. It's just kind of, what her feelings are about what's going on.
And some kids might not talk about it. Miss A does talk with us. And so that's another reason why we feel like we want to be more involved in these court proceedings. So we want to be her voice, but also we don't want to delay anything. So, like I said, this is a case where we really can't talk specifically, but if we weren't going to court and they did need us to speak and we weren't there, it would delay the process, and we don't want to be a reason why it's being held up. So today they are going to continue with that first court discussion where they talk about why the kids are in care, and essentially it's everybody agreeing this is why they are in care, and now we're going to go to the next step, which is the court's recommendation for the parents. So then they would kind of create like a plan, the way I understand it. They create a plan for reunification, or whatever the goal would end up being for that case. So this is going to be interesting. I will say I am a little bit nervous on going here, and that's why I really, really wanted John there, because it's not like a big court like you would see on TV or something. This is like family court, so it's just kind of like a big office room, and you have like the magistrate sitting up at the front of the room. There's a podium where you do get sworn in if you are going to speak in front of everyone. And then there are 2 tables where you have like the parent side and then you have the county side, and everybody else sits in the back. So really close quarters. It could, get, I don't want to say like heated, but like you never know what could happen. You're
a little nervous, and
oh yeah, because they might have me talk,
right?
And I wasn't expecting that,
right?
so I spoke with Miss A's guardian at Lightham and informed her of some things that Miss A wanted to be shared. She can't speak to that in court. She would have to call somebody up to speak on that, and so there is a chance that they would call me up to talk. And we want what's best for Miss A, and we have a pleasant relationship with her parents, and so it might get uncomfortable because we will always be on the side of what's best for Miss A, and if that goes against what the parents feel, that might hurt the relationship that we have with them. And obviously we don't want that, but it could be a result of these court appearances. We're on our way. Obviously we can't record in there, and again, we are not going to be able to talk specifics, but we'll just kind of fill you in on like what this process is going to look like. We'll see you on the other side.
Wow. Yeah. That was it's a good word for that.
It's tough to sit through.
Yeah, it's taxing.
It's very taxing. I know my nerves during this process, like sitting there, hearing both sides, knowing what you know about the kid that's in your care, it unnerves me.
Yeah.
It's very exhausting, just like emotionally exhausting. There's a lot of things that we're not fully understanding because we are not attorneys, we're not social workers.
Luckily you weren't called upon for questioning.
Luckily I was not. I think that this is a special case. I think that as a foster parent, you don't have to go to court unless you're summoned.
I'm really glad we did though, because I like seeing the whole picture and just kind of knowing where along the process we are, because obviously Miss A wants to know what's happening, you know what I mean, because she's hearing different things from different people. So it's like we want to give her the clearest picture of the future, like the near future, kind of what's happening.
So I just texted her to let her know that court was over, and that there hasn't been a decision made, that we can answer questions tonight for her. And then I sent her a bunch of heart emojis. That has been court.
Nothing was decided.
Nothing was decided. There's a lot. Well, we can't say that. It's a long process. I think especially for this one, it's going to be a long process, and there's a lot of unknowns, and you have to trust that these kids have a lot of people on their side for these cases. So they have their caseworkers, they have their guardian at Lightham who is representing them in court. Hamilton County has their attorney, and you have to trust that the magistrate is going to take a look at all the facts and make make the decision that's best for the kids. And I think she will.
Yeah, I think she will too.
So that's been court. We are exhausted. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, that's exhausting for sure.
Yeah. So I have to go into work now. I've been keeping my boss updated on the process, and she's been very understanding. John's boss has also been understanding.
I got a good boss.
He works for himself. I hear that joke all the time. We will see you guys next time. We have a really fun weekend planned, and can't wait to show you guys all of the excitement. And even though tonight starts some of that fun with Miss A hanging out with her brother who just had a birthday, We don't want any of this to like dampen our spirits, Miss A's spirits, all of that. So we will keep you updated.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.